Hello, beautiful hearts. My name is evonne.wylie, and this is the cycle report for the 3rd of July 2020. I come to you on Dja Dja Warrung country in Central Highlands, Victoria, Australia in the Southern Hemisphere. Holy moly. So we are almost 2 weeks past winter solstice, so the earth cycle here in the Southern Hemisphere. In the Northern Hemisphere, they've just passed a peak, which is the summer solstice, but here in the Southern Hemisphere, we are still in the realm of the unseen, but it's the new unseen, so it's the seed, so it's the start of a new cycle. So whatever happens between now and sort of this first half of the year, between now and summer solstice, is the seedings or the fertility point of the wheel. And then as we descend next year, that'll be the harvest from whatever's happening now. And so it's like, it's the deep winter, and the seeds that we are, energetically, metaphorically planting are still deep underground and being nourished by the Mother Earth. But we need to, to really nourish these seeds so they can sprout. Because if we don't nourish them, they're not going to sprout, which is really, really important. So, this is a really good time to really nurture yourself, to nurture, to really surrender into love, to trust, to really trust what's unfolding at the moment is for our highest good. That's really, really important. To make yourself, make your home, lovely and beautiful, especially, as we loom to a possible another lockdown, think about, what do you need now to make yourself really, really comfortable in months to come, in your home. We are under a Cancerian sun, which is all about the home and coming home to yourself. And also it's about vulnerability, because, those new seeds are very vulnerable. So we just really need to nourish them like a little baby, So we just really got to just really, just to sit in those waters, those primordial waters, which is Cancerian, the womb waters, are just feeling the nourishment and being nourished. So this is really, really important time for that. We have a full moon coming up on Sunday. So here in Eastern Standard Time in Australia, it's Sunday around about 2:44 p.m. in the afternoon. So that's Sunday the 5th of July. And this is an eclipse. This is an eclipse in the Cancerian point. And this finishes the eclipse season for this time of the year. So there was one back in the start of June, which was in Sagittarius, and we had one right on the solstice, the most epically powerful eclipse solstice point that I've experienced, because since then there's been so much coming in and downloads and so much information being shown to not only myself but many people that I've spoken to are just feeling this power surge of, this the need to really step into our light, and because this is the time, if we don't do it now, we might run out of time. So, to really, whatever that is for you, and it could look really messy, so when we step into our light, all the things that no longer serve us may fall away. And sometimes that's really hard to be with, because that might mean, leaving jobs that, you're not happy with, but there's some kind of attachment to it, or relationships might fall apart, or, it's a massive time for trust. We're really being opened up to these cosmic energies. Black cockatoos. The void. They represent the void, being in the void. Oh, it's hilarious. So we're in the void still in this winter solstice period, which is all about, just that opening up and just being and listening and just being fully present, not thinking about the future, not thinking about the past, just really listening to what needs to come through and trusting that void space. So that is exactly what's happening now. So this full moons represent, the full illumination, they bright up the whole, it's the full illumination of everything. And with an eclipse, it's usually a full illumination of the unseen because it blocks out the sun, and so it's the shadow aspect of, seeing the shadows in full illumination. So that's, it's really important to really, I keep hearing, really listen, really just listen. Don't judge, but trust what's coming through. And, we're all here to serve a purpose for this new evolution of what the earth is moving into. And, if you don't know what the purpose is at the moment, that's okay. It's still to come, and just really trusting that you're on the path that you need to be on is really important. So yeah, full illumination of the shadow. So I am in my menstrual cycle past ovulation, so I'm about day 11. So how that's manifested for me is like this full power of, I've just been getting our house ready and moving everybody's bedrooms around. So, everybody has separate rooms, and, we're going to be really comfortable in case, lockdown comes again. If not, it's just something that's been brewing anyway. So I've basically had very minimal sleep, just been charging, getting it, because the kids are away with their dad. So it's just charge and get it done. So it's been amazing to just right off the back of this full moon ovulation energy and just really fang it out. I don't know whether I would have been able to do it any other way if I hadn't had those energies playing out in my body and also in the energetic field. So it's just phenomenal. So, I invite you, if you're a bleeding woman, to really tune into your menstrual cycle and how's that showing up for you, and, and start charting it. I know the School of Shamanic Womancraft have some awesome books that Jane Hardwick Collins have published that you can chart your menstrual cycle. So, go to the School of Shamanic Womancraft.com. It might be, no, I don't think it's .au, and have a look at these books, because they're really fabulous. And it's really, really important that we tune into what's happening, because then we can make decisions and, we can take action of, to really, it's like this power boost of information that you can really start to work with and step in the flow of the feminine. For men and for women who are not bleeding and children, the moon is the dominant energy. So, it's the full moon. So it's also like a power thing happening at the moment with what's going on. So that's the cycle report for the moment. There's so much going on. I'm going to have to do a whole new video because I've had all these deep insights. So stay tuned to that. But I just wanted to give a plug. We're starting a new circle of Invoking Inanna, a journey through the underworld, starting in August. That's on Zoom, and we do have like a face-to-face, hopefully at the end for a weekend. But if this calls to you, the Inanna journey, to go through and shed off the layers that no longer serve and sit in the underworld and journey back out again into the light, send me a message to register your interest. So from my heart to your beautiful, beautiful hearts, thank you for listening. So much love, so much love.